pray together. Thank you for those being promoted. May they experience your peace with their new responsibilities, the peace that only comes from you. Your grace that is sufficient in the joy that God, that transcends circumstances, the joy that belongs to you when the happiness of humanity falters. Uphold the families of those being promoted and give all strength, wisdom, and power of love that is needed to bind them together, for to whom much is given, much is required. For those servants that are retiring from public service, yet infinite officers of peace, grant them glory, honor that they so deserve. Crown them and their families with all that is good, and shed your love abroad in their hearts to enjoy the fullest long ventures of happiness and prosperities of the future. Amen. Thank you.
Please be seated. I would like to ask Chief Cervera to come to the podium for opening remarks.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right. I'd like to welcome everyone. I'd really like to welcome Sadie, who's sitting up in the front. And the minute she walked in, she took over this entire auditorium. So I wanted to say hello to her. For those who are retiring, there's nothing I can say except thank you for the years of service. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for the fact that you put yourself second, you put the city and the profession and our mission first, and you did it for a considerable length of time. And how appreciative we all are of that. For those who are getting promoted, or who are promoted, but now we're going to celebrate the promotion. I was promoted a few times, and yes, I remember every promotional process. I remember leading up to the promotional process, what did you talk about at home? What's going to happen? I don't know. What about this? What about that question? I'm studying this. I'm looking at that. Do I look okay? How do I speak when I have to come before the board? Yes, you do all that. Then you go through the promotional process. And for the next 6 months, what do you talk about at home? I think I'm going to get promoted. I don't know. I'm this far on the list. This person's over here. I saw the chief the other day. He didn't look at me. That might not be a good idea. And so on and on and on. My wife one day said, you know, Jim, we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner for your sergeant's promotion. That's what dominates the conversation. But the interesting thing was you did it. The interesting thing was that you stepped in the ring, you took the hits, you took the process. Not everybody comes out number one, but you did it. And here you are, ready to step into, or you have stepped into the leadership roles, and how important that is for our department and for our profession to have the right men and women step into those leadership positions. How important is it? I was just notified that up in the 4th Precinct, our officers went to effect a physical arrest. A struggle ensued with the suspect. The suspect was armed, and a round was discharged by the suspect. He's in custody. Our officers are okay, and he's not injured either. So what does all this mean? It means that every day, in every way, you have gone out, and I say it all the time, put yourselves in harm's way for people you've never met, you have no connection to, and you will never see again, and then will be criticized for it by someone. And why do you do this? Because you're the cops, and that's what you do. So I'm very excited about today, very excited to say to those who have served, thank you so much, and to those who are moving up in the ranks, thank you for taking that leadership position. Sadie, thank you too.
I would like to invite the Honorable Mayor Lewis Jones to say a few words.
Well, good afternoon. Today is a great day of celebration. Each of our honorees, both those who have been promoted as well as those who have retired, is today experiencing a new beginning, a time of opportunity and excitement. To the people who have been promoted in new positions, congratulations. You've worked hard and you've gained the knowledge and skills to keep us safe while following the Virginia Beach Police Department highest professional standards. And congratulations to those who are also retiring. You've served our community well, and we thank you for your service and your hard work, and especially your courage. Virginia Beach is one of the safest cities of our size in the United States, in large part because of the professionalism, the respect, the integrity, the dedication, and the excellence that you, our police officers, demonstrate. Thank you for serving in our community and keeping us safe. And we want to make a special thank you to your family members for the love and support that they've given you and have over the years given you. Whether you're retiring today or starting new positions, may your future be bright, and on behalf of the Virginia Beach City Council and myself, may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
We will now recognize the retirees. When I call your name, please enter the stage from your right. You may bring your loved ones with you on stage if you wish. Master Police Officer Keith Stewart, 25 years of service. Detective Stewart graduated the first state certified auxiliary police academy in August of 1992 and was assigned to the 4th Precinct. He was hired as a full-time officer in April of 1993. Detective Stewart started his career on evenings at the 4th Precinct and was later assigned to the 4th Precinct Crime Suppression Unit. He transferred to Special Investigations in November of 1995. During his years in SI, he worked vice, interdiction, day and night narcotics. His specialized training includes general instructor, cross-designated Homeland Security in 2008, certified as an expert in circuit court in the distribution of narcotics and illegal gambling. Detective Stewart was responsible for maintaining and repairing all SI surveillance and specialized equipment. He has been awarded 33 letters of appreciation. In 2008, he was awarded the Clyde Hathaway Memorial Award, and in 2017, he earned the Departmental Public Service Award. Detective Stewart dedicated most of his career to special investigations. He worked in undercover capacities for both narcotics and vice units. He was a certified instructor and trainer for the new detectives coming into the unit and was responsible for performing the duties of being the office equipment manager and ICS manager. He was responsible for cultivating informants, interviewing and interrogating suspects, authoring search warrants, and providing instruction to the police and sheriff's academies, along with the upkeep of all covert electronic equipment. Detective Stewart worked with numerous state and federal agencies to include all of Hampton Roads Police Departments, the DEA, FBI, United States Postal Service, ATF, and Department of Homeland Security. Detective Stewart was instrumental during the past 7 years working with other members of the unit in seizing over $1.5 million in currency alone. The total amount of currency seized from drug dealers during the past 16 years of his service is estimated to be between $5 and $10 million. Master Police Officer James Thomas, 28 years of service. Detective Thomas started his career at the 3rd Precinct in uniform patrol and community policing. He transferred to Special Investigations in 1994 and dedicated the remainder of his career to that unit, working in narcotics, interdiction, and as a DEA task force member. His specialized training include general instructor, training instructor, is a member of the diversion team, and a clandestine lab technician member. He has received over 80 letters of appreciation. He has also received multiple public service awards from the United States Attorney's Office, as well as the DEA, for his part in seizing large quantities of illegal drugs and weapons, and assisting in the successful prosecution of the suspects. Detective Thomas was responsible for the federal adoption of large-scale narcotic cases and coordinating and furthering those investigations. During the course of his duties, Detective Thomas routinely worked with other federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies that led to the arrest of several suspects and the successful seizure of narcotics, firearms, and assets associated with the illegal distribution of narcotics. Detective Thomas has worked and has been involved in some of the largest narcotics investigations that our department has ever been involved in. One of his cases involved investigating a criminal organization that was responsible for transporting tons of marijuana into the Commonwealth. The case resulted in multiple arrests and the seizure of over 10,000 pounds of marijuana and the seizure of over $4 million in U.S. currency. His supervisor noted that Detective Thomas has been a level-headed, thorough investigator throughout his career and was often the voice of reason during stressful events. His accomplishments and a contribution to the City of Virginia Beach and Special Investigation are immeasurable.
Never passing up an opportunity to speak. First of all, I want to thank my lovely wife and my daughters, my wife for being with me throughout my entire police career, us married for 31 years together, her holding my hand, praying for me, and staying with me and keeping me covered in prayer. I want to thank the citizens of Virginia Beach. It's been an honor to serve you, and I want to thank the men and women of the Virginia Beach Police Department. It has been an honor to serve with you. But more importantly, I want to thank God, because it's been an honor to serve in this capacity as a police officer, doing a job that He has ordained for me to do. If I could take one thing away from this police department besides saying thank you, it's remembering the importance of relationship. There's a story in the Bible, and I'll be very brief, where Jesus was gathered with His disciples, and He said to them, He says, "Who do men say that I am?" And they said, well, some say you're Paul, some say you're one of the disciples or one of the great ones. He says, but who do you say I am? And He was asking that question of them so that they would say that they knew Him and they had a great relationship with Him. I want to say to you, the importance of what we do is built around relationship. Continue to maintain a great relationship with each other, with the men and women of this department, and with the citizens of Virginia Beach. It is through relationship that we will always be able to overcome. God bless you, and thank you.
We will now recognize our promotees. Sergeant Nicole Cosmas, accompanied by retired Master Police Officer Johnny Mitchell. Sergeant Cosmas joined our department in September of 2005. She holds a Bachelor of Science Government Pre-Law from Liberty University and is in the process of obtaining a Juris Master's degree. Sergeant Cosmas started her career as a patrol officer at the 4th Precinct. She transferred to Special Operations, SWAT, in 2009. In 2015, Sergeant Cosmas transferred to the Detective Bureau, assigned to Domestic Violence Unit. She is currently assigned to the 4th Precinct as a midnight shift supervisor. Her specialized training include general instructor, firearms instructor. She has received 23 letters of appreciation. In 2009, Sergeant Cosmas was awarded the department's Life-Saving Award for providing life-saving efforts to a child that had stopped breathing after going into anaphylactic shock. For the first quarter of both 2016 and 2017, she was awarded the Detective Bureau's Excellence Award. She was awarded the unit citation in 2018 for her role in an abduction homicide investigation that crossed state lines and led to the arrest of the suspect. She was promoted to the rank of sergeant on May 10, 2018. She served on active duty in the United States Coast Guard from 1994 to 1996.
I wasn't planning on going first. Jen Johansson's name comes before mine, but I guess I am going first now. Thank you, Chief Cervera and the command staff for this opportunity. I look forward to having this chapter in my career and what it has to hold for me. I was told when I received the word that I was being promoted that it is no longer about me, it is about my officers. I did not fully grasp that advice until I had officers coming to me, one right after the other, requesting training, leave, different days off, and some just for advice. Captain Kaiser, you were right. It is no longer about me. Thank you for the heads up. To my son, who is with his beautiful wife in Colorado, and my daughter who just reported to her duty station in Maine, I thank you for being my inspiration. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. You both were the ones that kept me going when I just wanted to quit. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for the unwavering love and belief in me. I would not be where I am today without my family and their steadfast prayers. Johnny, you have been with me too long. A long time. Your support, excitement, and my accomplishments have kept me focused. I cannot thank you enough for being my confidant, comfort, and my best friend. Lastly, a special thank you to those who took the time to invest in my career. Lieutenant Merce, you spent countless hours mentoring me, assisting me in preparation for this process. You and Beth are just as much a part of why I am standing here today as anyone else. I was blessed when you became my supervisor, and thank you for all the valuable advice, guidance, and knowledge that you provided me. Leadership is not about titles, positions, or flowcharts. It's about one life influencing another. I can only hope that I will have the influence on others that you had on so many who went through the process with me. Thank you.
And before we continue to our next promotion, we'd like to recognize one more individual in the audience. Chief from Petersburg Police Department, Kenny Miller. Sergeant Jennifer Lynn Johannesson, accompanied by wife MPO Nicole Johannesson, stepson Clayton Wirtz, and mother Pat Bryant. Sergeant Johannesson joined our department on April 1st, 2006. She attended Lees McRae College from 2000 to 2002 and holds a bachelor degree in criminal justice with a minor in sociology from Appalachian State University. Sergeant Johannesson started her career at the 4th Precinct in Uniform Patrol. She spent the summer of 2007 working on the OCOP Night Beat Squad before returning to the 4th Precinct, joining the Community Policing Squad. In 2014, she transferred to LEDA, holding the position of squad leader and instructor. She is currently assigned to the 2nd Precinct as a midnight shift supervisor. Her specialized training include law enforcement fitness specialist, defensive tactics instructor, OC instructor, and Gracie Survival Tactics Level 2 instructor. Sergeant Johannesson has received numerous letters of appreciation and commendations. In 2011, she was named Officer of the Quarter by the 4th Precinct Citizens Advisory Committee. In 2018, she received 2 unit citation awards, one for her years of dedicated service in the Honor Guard, and the other for exemplary community engagement with the Alpha Squad of Academy 62. Sergeant Johannesson was promoted to the rank of sergeant on May 10, 2018.
Good afternoon, family, friends, my neighbors. First, I want to say thank you, Chief, executive staff, and city officials, Chief Miller as well. I have to say, I truly had a blast the last 2 months being a leader at the 2nd Precinct. My command staff has been great, orienting me to the new role and very supportive, and for that I'm grateful. There have been many people along the way that have helped me. You know who you are, and I thank you very much. To my Honor Guard family, thank you. All of you mean nothing but the world to me. Lieutenant Humphrey, Sergeant Geluso, Sergeant Ricardo. There are a few people I would like to recognize. Sergeant Ricardo, from the first night I walked into the 4th Precinct 12 years ago, you were there for me. You have guided me, mentored me, and have continued to coach me along the way. I can't express what you mean to me, truly. You have been a blessing and will always have a very special place in my heart. I hope I'm half the leader you are, and I promise you to always take extreme ownership. Sergeant Meister, Lieutenant Wyatt, Although you two became a part of my life and my career a little bit later, you two have put your arms around me, guided me in the right direction. You both have always been there for me. Words cannot express my appreciation for you. You both started out as mentors, but have become so much more. Family and the sisters I never had. I look up to you both and will forever be grateful for everything you have and will continue to do for me. I love you both. Joey, you have been by my side through our academy days 12 years ago. 2 departments, you left me, it's okay. The birth of your 2 children, my wedding, and I couldn't ask for a better brother and a best friend, so thank you. My previous command, right here at PD&T, the opportunities I had to grow and really become a leader were endless. Thank you to my sergeants, Sergeant Marshall, Sergeant Wyatt at the time, my lieutenant, Lieutenant Burnett, for always guiding me, and my captain, Captain Jones. You all were nothing but supportive and one of the best teams I have ever been a part of. To my squad, Nick, Frankie, wow, Jordan, Bubby, I miss you all, but I love that my family grew just that much more. To my family, the love and support you continue to give me means the world to me. I could not have done this without you. I was blessed to marry my beautiful wife who understands the job and what it takes to be successful. I'm blessed to have married into an amazing family who accepted me and loves me just like their own. To my mom, there's nobody like you. My best friend, my hero, my biggest fan, and my best supporter. I love you and thank you for all you do. Last but not least, my wife and my son. Thank you for understanding through all the long nights, countless study sessions, and being my biggest fan. I love you both with all my heart. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. God blessed me with a beautiful boy when I met you, and I'm the luckiest person to have you two as my wife and son. My little family is finally complete, and you make me the happiest person ever. To my fellow promotees, congratulations. To the retirees, farewell, and thank you for your service.
Sergeant Timothy Michael Moorfield, accompanied by wife Kimberly and children Colin and Kellen Moorfield. Sergeant Moorfield started his law enforcement career on the Danville Police Department, serving their city from 1987 to 1989. He came to the Virginia Beach Police Department in 1989 before leaving in 2002. He came back in March 2010. He holds an associate's degree from Danville Community College. Sergeant Moorfield worked at the 2nd Precinct Uniform Patrol, working zones and night beats. He was one of the first officers assigned to the school resource program when it was initiated. He worked in crime prevention from 1998 to 2002. When he came back to our department, he was assigned to the 1st Precinct Uniform Patrol before returning to the SRO program. He is currently assigned to the 4th Precinct. His specialized training include general instructor, CIT officer, police training officer. He completed LEADS training, law enforcement executive development seminar, and the completed leadership and police organizations. Sergeant Moorfield has received numerous letters of appreciation and commendation and was awarded the department's Medal of Valor in 1991 for the cold water rescue of a suicidal subject who had jumped off the Long Creek Bridge. Sergeant Moorfield was promoted to the rank of sergeant on July 5th, 2018.
I didn't prepare anything, but I'm prepared. First, I want to thank my family, my wife, my 2 kids, my mom. My uncle's in town. He came to join us. I want to thank there's so many people that I could thank. I look back when I came here in '89. I got here 2 weeks before the riots, and when that happened, I was thinking, oh hell, what did I do? Where did I come from, and where am I at now? So it's been a great run. I've enjoyed my time here at the beach. I did leave. I left for 8 years and came back, and I plan to finish my career out here. You know, I look back at some supervisors that kind of guided me throughout the years, like you know, Tom McCarthy. So just going back some years there, buddy. Tom McCarthy, Dickie Talbert, Pat Goff on Miz. I worked with him down at the second. There was a whole host of them. I like to thank the command that I came from, the 1st Precinct, first for a reason. Captain Squires, he was very instrumental in helping me to get where I'm at, even offering me some words of wisdom, some lectures, some books to study. He helped me out a lot. Sergeant Tankersley, I saw him, he's out here somewhere. He was instrumental in helping me, as there were others. But they're here, they come to mind right away. I want to thank the command staff for allowing me the opportunity to continue to serve in this capacity, and I look forward to working with all of my brothers and sisters in blue and dedicating the remaining years that I have to helping the citizens of Virginia Beach. Thank you.
Sergeant Leslie Beach Staub, accompanied by husband MPO Brian Staub. Sergeant Staub joined our department in November of 2006. She holds an associate's degree from Tidewater Community College. Sergeant Staub started her career in uniform patrol at the 4th Precinct. She worked OCOP for 2 summer assignments, and she was assigned as a precinct property crimes detective at the 4th Precinct from 2012 to 2013, before transferring to Special Investigations, where she worked as a narcotics detective. She is currently assigned to the 1st Precinct. Sergeant Staub has been awarded 4 letters of appreciation. In 2011, she received a Life Savings Award for her efforts during a case that saved a child from drowning. And in 2018, she received a Significant Incident Award for her role in stopping the string of homicides that had been occurring in a particular area of our city. She also received a Class Act Award for outstanding performance during a grand larceny investigation. Sergeant Staub is a founding executive board member of the End of Watch Foundation. She was promoted to the rank of sergeant on July 5th, 2018.
I just want to start out with saying thank you to the chief and deputy chiefs for affording me this opportunity. I'm really excited and honored for this next chapter in my career. I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone here today. It is just such an amazing feeling to look out and see so many supportive faces. It means a lot that you guys took time out of your day to be here for all of us. Those of you in law enforcement know that no police officer is a success without the support of their family. Our hours, our odd shifts, the stress, missed holidays, birthdays, everything that goes along with the job, we can't do it without our families, and I am so blessed to have such a supportive family. Okay. So I want to thank my daughter, Sadie, front row, you've heard her. She's here today. She has absolutely no idea what's going on today, but she is a huge driving force on what drives me to work so hard to be a good person and a positive role model for her and everyone out there. I want to thank my wonderful husband, Brian, who supports me. He gives me advice, even when I don't ask for it, and makes huge sacrifices for our family every day. My parents, Michaelinda, she's not here today, she's sick, but my dad is here in the audience. They've been with me on this journey the entire way, every step of the way. And I do remember the day that I informed them that I was going to be quitting nursing school to be a police officer. I really don't think they've even recovered today from that bit of news. But they're here today and they've supported me every step of the way. My brothers, Alex, Ryan, who couldn't make it today, and my sister-in-law, Wendy, who like to bust my chops on a regular basis, but they have always been here and they've always supported me. My grandmother, Sydney, who's in the audience today, she has always given me the best advice on how to handle every difficult situation I've encountered. And to the rest of my family who couldn't be here today, thank you all for supporting me. What some of you may not know about me is I come from a law enforcement family. My grandfather served a long and impressive career with the Norfolk Police Department. He spent over 25 years of his career working in vice and narcotics. Growing up, he never talked about the job. We knew what he did for a living. He had awards, he had newspaper clippings hung in his office, but he never talked about it. It wasn't until I became a police officer myself that he started sharing these stories and experiences. The one thing that he always wanted to accomplish was to become a sergeant. So I am so honored that I have been able to follow in his footsteps. I became a police officer, I went to special investigations, and now I've been able to accomplish the one thing he always wanted, and that's becoming a sergeant. And for that, I am beyond honored. In my career so far, I've worked with many different supervisors. I can honestly say that I've learned something from each and every one of them. Some things I liked, some things I didn't like, but I have truly learned something from every single one. I will take those examples and experiences that I've learned from them, and I will develop me as the supervisor that I want to be. Thank you all again.
Lieutenant William Lamont Gervin, accompanied by wife Rosalind, mother Katrina Hampton, children Acacia and Judah, and Lieutenant Eric Hampton from the Homewood Police Department. Lieutenant Gervin started our department in January 2003. He holds a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology from Norfolk State University and a Master's in Public Administration, National Security Affairs from Troy University. Lieutenant Gervin started his career in uniform patrol at the 3rd Precinct. He has since spent time working in small motors at the oceanfront during summer operations, as a community policing officer at the 3rd Precinct, police selection officer, academy fitness coordinator, 2nd Precinct midnight shift supervisor, selection and recruiting sergeant, and Detective Bureau domestic violence and missing persons supervisor. He is currently assigned to the 3rd Precinct. He was promoted to the rank of sergeant on June 1st, 2013, and promoted to the rank of lieutenant on July 5th, 2018. Lieutenant Gervin is an active member of his faith community, serving as an usher at Victory Life Church.
Wow. Good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank God for the opportunity to be here. Leadership is a calling, and I think most importantly is that the attitude of a leader should be that he serves first. As I go up the chain and as I have worked with numerous units and great people from the time of being a sergeant, as a rookie sergeant over at the 2nd Precinct, my Midnight Squad, the Wolfpack, to here at LEDA, working with the group here at LEDA, Captain Jones, and the staff here, to the Detective Bureau, where I learned so much, and now back home at the 3rd Precinct as a lieutenant. I think the heart has to be that you want to serve. The more I learn, the more I want to serve. I appreciate everybody that has come out today. There's way too many people in the audience to name, and I don't want to leave anybody out. First of all, my wife. You talk about somebody who has taught me about being a servant. This is her 2nd selection process or promotional process. I decided to go back to school and get my master's when she was a month pregnant. I think, that was a huge, with our 2nd child, that was a huge undertaking just for her to support me. And she's always been there to support me and my goals and the things that I want to do with never complaining. And I can imagine the task that is for her as I'm up studying late at night and she's got 2 kids to take care of. So I want to thank her. My mom, who has been the example and the inspiration for me when things get hard. I suck it up and I think about my mom and everything that she's been through, pretty much raising me as a single mother in the projects of Newport News, Virginia. That was no easy task. Instilling within me the ability to learn to trust God and to make moves and to always keep my head forward, to love and to keep sincerity and transparency as one of my primary goals. I can't thank you enough, Mom. To my little ones on the stage with me, that's my inspiration to keep moving forward. Acacia, Judah, Daddy loves you. I know you don't remember when I got promoted to sergeant, but I'm so honored to have you up here today to celebrate with me, and Daddy's gonna make you proud. So the goal is this, to continue to lead with clean hands and a pure heart, to leave an example for our community, and to earn that trust and to make sure that we stay the best police department in the United States. And I would be remiss if I don't say this. There is a gentleman here who has challenged me. We didn't see eye to eye when I was a young sergeant at the 2nd Precinct, but throughout the years, and as I grew and as I developed, he pushed me, he motivated me, he molded me. He caused me to challenge those things that I thought I knew and to see the bigger picture. So, Chief Miller, I appreciate everything that you did for me. It's not forgotten, and I realized that I was a little bit of a struggle as a young sergeant. Yes. However, I think you had a huge hand in me being here today. So thank you for everybody that came out. Thank you for everybody who's here, and I look forward to serving. Thank you.
Lieutenant Scott Merce, accompanied by wife and best friend, Elizabeth Merce. Lieutenant Merce joined our department in February of 2004. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice Administration from the University of Phoenix. Lieutenant Merce started his career as a patrol officer at the 1st Precinct. He has since spent time as a property crimes detective, crime analyst, intelligence analyst, patrol sergeant, COP and school resource sergeant, and detective bureau sergeant assigned to domestic violence and missing persons. He is currently assigned to the 3rd Precinct. Lieutenant Merce has received 17 letters of appreciation, commendation. He received the Departmental Life Savings Award for pulling a man out of an apartment fire in 2007. In 2015, Lieutenant Merce was named the 4th Precinct Supervisor of the Year, and in 2018 was awarded the Departmental Unit Citation for his role in the multi-agency abduction homicide investigation that crossed state lines and resulted in an arrest of the suspect. Lieutenant Merce was a Virginia National Guard service member from 2002 to 2007. He was promoted to the rank of sergeant on June 1st, 2013, and promoted to the rank of lieutenant on April 12, 2018. Sergeant in 2013, lieutenant 2018.
Sometimes it's hard to think it's real, but I'm definitely glad that it's happening. And I got some wisdom before I came up here, so I have to modify my speech. First, I want to thank Beth. That has to be first, so I'm grateful for that. Thank you, Chief Cervera and the command staff for the leadership opportunity. I promise that I am dedicated to cultivating our future leaders, and I will give you my best efforts. I also want to thank all the members of the command staff that are here today, and even the ones that are not, because they were mentors and leaders, and they are the reason I am here today. I'm a blessed man who stands before you. I'm a culmination of the many positive leadership examples that you have provided and the time that you have spent to teach me. And I know I'm hard-headed, so it takes more effort than most people would need, but they took the time, and I'm grateful. The gift you gave to me is not lost on me, and I too am dedicated to uphold those lessons you've given me so that I can take care of others. Because I have a poor memory, I have to take the political step to say that there are plenty of people that I need to thank, and I'm not going to remember the names. And what I do want to share, though, is that there are so many people, and there's too many to name, that I love. Leadership is about influence, and it's not about rank. And almost everyone I've ever worked with or worked for has taught me something, and their life experience and their leadership example is not lost on me. And I think I've gained a sister, I've gained a couple of little brothers, and I love you all. Most importantly, though, I want to thank my wife, Elizabeth, because Beth has been my everything for 14 years. She's an incredible wife, an amazing mother, and she's my accountability partner, and someone who will not just agree with me, unless she believes it's right. And she's the hardest worker I've ever known, and she provides an example for me to follow. Beth is a pioneer in education. She's kind-hearted, she's altruistic, passionate, and so much more. She's a natural leader with a great personal courage that I hope to emulate, and she demonstrates unconditional respect for all. Because of all this, I'm inspired to seek personal growth every day and to continue to take on new challenges. Now, Chief, I know what you're thinking. You got the wrong Merce. And it may be true, but the school system already has her, so you're stuck with me. But on the positive side, it's because of Beth that I try my best each day. She reminds me that you can never give up, your cup can never be empty, you have to keep refilling it so that you can give positivity to others. Otherwise, I'd feel guilty when I came home and I see her working so hard and I'm not doing my best. I love you. Thank you all.
Lieutenant Michelle Wyatt, accompanied on stage by wife Sergeant Shelley Meister. Lieutenant Wyatt joined our department in January of 1996. She holds a Bachelor's of Science degree in Sociology from St. Leo University. Lieutenant Wyatt started her career in uniform patrol at the 1st Precinct. She has worked summer operations at the oceanfront for many years, assigned to walking beats, mountain bikes, and small motors. She was assigned to professional development and training, the 2nd Precinct, and the Detective Bureau. As a sergeant, she has worked the 4th Precinct and PD&T, where she remains assigned. Her specialized training include problem-based learning instructor, graduate of West Point Leadership Course, 13th session, IACP Women's Leadership Institute, FBI LEADA Command Leadership Institute. She was promoted to the rank of sergeant in January 2002 and promoted to the rank of lieutenant on July 5th, 2018.
Can everybody see me? Probably not. It's been quite a 22 plus years here on the police department. I can tell you right now that 22 years ago, I could never have seen me in this place. Two of my academy classmates are here looking at me, like, yep, double deuce in the house. But I have actually grown up on this department. Well, clearly not physically, but emotionally and maturity-wise, I really have become into my own. I'm so proud to be part of this department and the people that have shown me the way and given me the guidance, all the strong leaders that we have in this department, all the strong women leaders that we have in this department. Those of you, Jen, Nicole, we need to continue that strong women leadership because we need them. I'm so proud of all of you out there. I, of course, cannot be here, just like everybody else, all of the other promotees, without the love and support of my friends and my family. My mom is here with my Aunt Janet. They made me who I am today, this little sarcastic 5-foot person that I am. But thank you so much, Mom. Thank you, Janet. Thank you so much for giving me the foundation. However, I really wouldn't be here, of course, without the love and support of Shelley. She is everything to me. She has pushed me to be better. She has made me the person I am today. Without her pushing me to go to school, become the best that I possibly could, I certainly would not be here today. I am absolutely the luckiest woman on the planet to have her by my side. She's everything. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chief and Command Staff, for giving me this opportunity. I look forward to being a leader of leaders and making the department even better than it is. Thank you so much.
Captain Johnny Gandy, accompanied by his father, Jerry. Captain Gandy joined our department on July 1st, 1987. He holds a bachelor's in criminal justice from St. Leo University and a master's in criminal justice from Troy University. Captain Gandy started his career in uniform patrol at the 1st Precinct. He has since been assigned to Special Operations Selective Enforcement Team as a property crimes detective, a field training officer, in the Detective Bureau as an auto theft detective, and then robbery detective. As a sergeant, he was assigned to the 2nd Precinct, at the Detective Bureau Warrant Fugitive Unit Supervisor, Detective Bureau Domestic Violence Missing Persons Supervisor, and Office of Internal Affairs. As a lieutenant, he was the shift commander at the 1st Precinct and the 2nd Precinct, Internal Affairs CALIA Accreditation Manager, and executive aide to the chief. He is currently the Operations Division Day Shift Command Duty Officer. His specialized training include DCGS General Instructor. He's a graduate of the West Point Leadership Development course, completed the Professional Executive Leadership School, University of Richmond, completed St. Leo's University's Command Officer Management Program, and he's a graduate of the FBI National Academy, Class 270. Captain Gandy has received 38 letters of appreciation, 2 letters of recognition, and 8 letters of commendation. He was awarded the Human Rights Award for being one of the core members that began the CIT program in Virginia Beach. In 2016, he was awarded the Department's Medal of Merit for flawless CALIA reaccreditation, and in 2017, he was awarded the Department's Public Service Medal. He was promoted to the rank of sergeant on May 1st, 2000, promoted to the rank of lieutenant on January 1st, 2010, and promoted to the rank of captain on July 5th, 2018. He's an active adjunct professor of criminal justice at St. Leo University, and he is a member of an Administration of Justice Advisory Board at TCC and has served as a tutor with the Life Enrichment Center. Captain Gandy is a United States Air Force veteran, serving from 1981 to 1985 as a security police law enforcement specialist with duty stations at RAF Upper Hayford, England, and Kessler Air Force Base in Mississippi.
All right, I wrote down a few words here, and of course my speech isn't going to be anywhere near as good as the ones that I've heard today. First of all, good afternoon. I want to recognize Mr. Hanson, Mr. Mayor, Chief Miller, Chief Hutchinson. I also want to thank you, Chief Cervera, for giving me this opportunity. Didn't know if it was going to come, but it's here. I want to congratulate all of the newly promoted promotees up here. Best wishes to all of you as you begin this new chapter in your life, new and exciting chapter. I also want to wish best wishes to all the retirees as you guys really go out and start your life. It's a special privilege to share the stage right now with a former student of mine, Leslie. She was actually in the first class I ever taught at TCC, and a former trainee, Michelle Wyatt, one of my recruits when I was a field training officer. I want to thank the members of the command staff, Chief Cervera, Chief Zucchero, Chief Dean, Chief Gallagher, who can't be here. Especially want to thank Chief Gallagher. I don't know whether he blessed me or cursed me with challenging me to actually become a supervisor. I was happy being a detective way back, but here I am. I want to thank you for serving as mentors to me and for going to bat for me as I reach the stage of my career. It's a pretty humbling experience to be up here right now, considering the people who are on the captain's list, each of whom have the talent to be up here themselves and should be up here. To my father, a decorated Vietnam veteran who taught me courage and sacrifice, thank you. To my mother, taught me the importance of caring for others before myself. I miss you. To my sister, the hardest worker and bravest person I know, you inspire me every day. I want to thank you to my mother-in-law who's here for being there for us, for letting the dog out, taking care of all those little things that we have to take care of. And finally, most importantly, thank you to Deborah Lynn, my wife. Without you, none of this would have been possible. I'm going to go on a little bit of a different tack here. I want to talk to the new supervisors and also young officers out there. Our profession faces many challenges that were not present when I first became an officer 31 years ago. Some things have not changed. Among them are dedication, honor, and sacrifice. Whereas in the past, police officers were expected to reactively fight crime and disorder, our profession has evolved beyond that. As the most visible form of government, We are now expected to be problem solvers, even in areas that are not seen as, quote, police issues. Crime rates may be declining, but the demand for other services will remain and continue to grow. Learn to be a problem solver collaboratively. Develop relationships. I think you said it earlier, the importance of relationships. Those relationships with your peers, your supervisors, members of other agencies, and most importantly, with your community. Become a better problem solver by embracing education, both higher education and professional education. Seek diverse assignments to grow your knowledge base. Use that knowledge and experience to help your fellow officers as you rise among the ranks, where you'll better be able to influence others when it's your time. Prepare now to be the next generation of leaders that the Virginia Beach Police Department will need. Whether you see it or not, each of you make a difference in the lives of others, especially those unwilling or unable to care for themselves. Your purpose is noble, your cause is just. Do not be demoralized by what you might hear in the nightly news or what you may read by some craven coward on social media. The selfless sacrifice for others and our American way of life is why you took this job to begin with as a police officer. You are called the community's finest. This is your intrinsic reward. Never forget that you're among the best the community has to offer. Failed to mention Chief Miller. Thank you for being here. And thank all of you for coming and supporting your families and supporting us here in the department. Thank you.
I would like to ask each of the newly promoted officers to join us back on the stage for the oath of honor by Mayor Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you please raise your right hand and repeat after me. On my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution and the community I serve. Congratulations to all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our program. Thank you for joining us today for this special occasion, and congratulations to the newly promoted, and best wishes to our retirees. Following the benediction, Chief Cervera would like to cordially invite you to take part in the refreshments being served in the cafeteria across the hall from the auditorium. Please remain standing for the benediction, led by Chaplain Gauthier.
May we pray together. As we leave today, may your light that shines in all darkness never extinguish from these police officers and their families' lives. May you hold them in your constant hand of protection where they never need to be dismayed or afraid. May your presence continue to bless them with your infinite goodness and the love, and may your perfect love cast out all fear. Guide us as a friend that sticks closer than the band of the blue line. Never leave or forsake. Be the glory and the lifter of our heads, our dayspring and perpetual morning star. Hold us close as you always have, and be moved by the feelings of our every need. Thank you. Amen.